Imagine the minister, the senior advisor to Tinubu came to my office. She said, I gave her this. She asked me, what is the evidence that there was genocide? This is 500 people that were killed one day. And that woman was able to stand boldly on Arise TV. And she said that I'm the one that gave her. It's true. But it's in present. There's something that we did. But she didn't produce the facts finding before the media. That this is what we did to the people, the Muslims that came to kill 500. And imagine how stupid that woman is. Ignorant.
Which woman is this? What's her name?
Special advisor on community development. I don't want to know her name because she has caught herself already. Based on Jeremiah chapter 48 verse 10. It says, cause is the person who is laxity in doing the work of God. Cause is the person who is deceitful. She's deceiving Nigeria that it was reprisal. And the blood of these people that were killed.
Over 500.
500 in one night. Look at their names here.
Can I see, please?
Look at her name. She bastardized this soul. And this soul, the blood of this soul, their skeleton in the grave, will haunt her down. Mark my word. She thinks she can carry people that are dead. She plays politics with the dead. She will never know peace in her life to the grave until she repents.
And I could still remember when Kabiru Sokoto, a non-terrorist leader, was caught in the house of our current vice president.
Tell me, supposing Kabiru Sokoto,
after bombing the Catholic Church,
supposing Kabiru Sokoto is a Christian, and the governor is a Christian, the vice president is a Christian, and they found Kabiru Sokoto in the house of the vice president. Imagine what will happen in the nation.
I need you to quickly describe what happened the night that they attacked your church, the community. What happened? How did it happen? What wreckage was left behind? And what did the government do after the attack?
You see, let me tell you something.
My name is K.A., the host of Car Truth Podcast, and for months now, there have been so much to talk about Nigeria. We've witnessed atrocities across the country, killings, destructions, and kidnappings across the country, and most especially across the Middle Belt. We've been disturbed. Every sensible person in Nigeria have had difficulties sleeping peacefully at night because of the bad news, the killings of children, women, fathers. And today at the Car Truth Podcast studio, we have a man who has been through it all, a man who have witnessed some of these dastard acts, a man who have witnessed some of these destructions. And we are going to be speaking with him today to get a clear perspective, a clear story of how these things are coordinated so that we can push it out there to the world. And so that those who have the power to come for the rescue of the innocent people who keep losing their lives every day in this country can hear his voice more clearer and louder. The person I am with today at the Car Truth Podcast studio is Rev. Ezekiel Dachomo. That I don't know if I got that pronunciation correctly. So he's the provincial church chairman of Church of Christ in Nation, ROOP. This church is located in Bakinladi local government area of Plateau State. This man doesn't need an introduction because we've seen him in series of videos. He has been crying out loud against some of these killings, and we're privileged to have him today. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, boy.
You're welcome. So we have seen heartbreaking videos and read very disturbing news about these killings, these destructions, and very dehumanizing wickedness against innocent people. And you have been in the midst of most of this news from Plateau. You've been bold, unambiguous in your statement that there is a Christian genocide going on in Nigeria. So I want to ask, what is really happening? What do you know? What is your experience? This is Cartwood podcast, and we encourage our guests to speak as boldly, as unambiguous as possible. So the platform is yours. Tell us what is really happening, especially in Plateau State.
Comfort, what is happening in Plateau State is not ethnic, it's religion.
Just a brief moment. We've realized that most of you watch our videos, but then forget to subscribe to our channel. So I'm taking this moment to appeal to you to kindly subscribe to this channel. Your subscription to this channel is going to support us in no small way. And with you, we are going to keep doing what we're doing on this platform. Thank you so much.
Religion, but they hide under ethnic. They hide under bandits. It's a religion that hide under unknown gunmen to erase certain groups of people of background religion, people that are under a different belief. And this is what is happening in Plateau State. It started not now. Since centuries before 18 something. When Ottoman Tamfudio launched jihad in Nigeria, he defeated many nations from the far north. When he came to Plateau, our forefathers defended their faith. They refused to submit to Islam. Ottoman Tamfudio tried his best to erase the people in that genocide movement of religion. But our forefathers stood vehemently against him, and they defeated him. He lost his armies. He doesn't know what to do. They shift down to Kaduna. The southern Kaduna stood against him, fought him. They penetrated to Nasarawa, forced many ethnic groups to become Islamic. And the movement moved. Benue stopped them too. They couldn't do anything. He moved down to Kwara. He removed the traditional rulers of indigenous Kwara people, the Yoruba, and installed Fulani leadership there. And he was heading towards the coast. He penetrated Niger. KP people were able to stood vehemently against him. But he got part of KP, who was cut from Sokoto. And this is a movement to establish the sultanic leadership over the north before the European people came and the alliance with them. That's why history was removed from education curriculum of the country, so that we will not know about the history, because it's going to cause a problem for the movement of jihad. And the issue of Plateau State, the generation we are passing the issue, why Plateau? The vow that must make Plateau to become Muslim. They have tried several times to make our parents to join them in Islam. They resist it. Right from now, I'm telling you, after 200 years, they wanted to renew it again. Under disguise, farmers, herders clash. Before the Fulani came, we have cows. We have animals, which our forefathers were rearing or participate in it. They came, they were passing by to the south. Sometimes their women will become pregnant. And it's time for labor, they will just leave their wives with our parents to take care. They will deliver. Our parents will take care of them. And when they return, they will come and meet the wife. Or the wife can follow them with the child. Or if it is a cow, they will carry it and move with it. So in this good relationship, our parents are good, hospitable people. But they don't want people to look down on them, and they accommodate them. Some of them decided to grow their cattle on our land, free of charge. That's a good relationship at time. Then came the issue of king mining in Plateau State. Many of them were carried from prison in Kano, other places, brought into Jos to come and mine tin in our areas. Then you were going. Then it reached a stage. Then this thing blew up into land grabbing. The land that will get them free, they stood by it. They started extending their tentacle to grab other lands. The issue of land grabbing, they want to stay to rear their cows. That's fast funding of what is happening in history. When they kill. And you see this book? This is how crisis started. Analysis, attack on Birom community. This one district, a Rob district of Barkeladi, where I'm the leader. All the people that were killed by Fulani terrorists and the houses burned to claim the places is all here. This is the authentic, we kept record. Even we can carry this to International Criminal Court. And I'm quite confident we will defeat them. Most of the land that they are occupying in Plateau State, is freely. And they extend part of the land by force, by relocating the community. In Plateau State, we have lost lands all over to Kwampan that they have occupied by force. Over 200 villages. Over. In Bromlan alone, over 84 areas that occupy. And this is a pure movement of jihadists. They have vowed they must declare Plateau, win Plateau as Nasarawa State, because Plateau, Nasarawa State were carved out of Plateau. You see, let me tell you something. The movement of the jihadists, Islamic movement. We in Plateau were receiving the hit that the South is supposed to receive by stopping Islam moving down to the South. It is life in history. And I thank God many Muslims are teachers of history in secondary schools. And they know what I'm saying. That is exactly what happened. So I'm not saying what they do not know. They know it. They only come out and deny there is a lie. But in their conscience, they know That is the truth.
So all of these killings has been going on because the Fulanis wants to take over people's land.
Yes, they have done it in the far north. Many outside lands has been seized by them. When I would say in Hausa, the Banza Bakwe, there are many Emirates. The Banza Bakwe were occupied, is jihad that conquered them. And they imposed Fulani to rule over the place. Like it's happening in Kano. The real Hausa people were deported.
These killings, has it always been like that? Because we started hearing about it recently. Has it always been like that and underreported, or the killing started recently when we started hearing it?
Let me tell you, it has been there unreported. Have you ever seen the press reporting how people were relocated in Maiduguri? Christian churches were burned down. Boko Haram were raised recently to attack good law. And they succeeded in removing good law. They want to take over the country. That is the main aim of terrorists that came in. To make sure that Muslim rule the country by force. If they cannot defeat us physically, they will use the government to defeat us. This is the first time they started it from Kaduna. Muslim ticket. A complete genocide to the Christian in a political war in Kaduna State led by El-Rufai, the former governor of Kaduna State. Now they extended their tentacle to the nation. Our president and the vice president all are Muslims. Another complete genocide in the political war to Christians. Genocide, what is genocide? When you see people are denying there's no genocide, ask them what is the meaning of genocide. They will never explain the meaning of genocide. All these educated people, they find it difficult to bring definition of genocide. And what is genocide? Certain acts committed with the intent. This is what South Africa brought out in the World Court against Israel. Intent. And there's intent that is happening in Nigeria today to take over the nation, to control the nation. Intent. By who? By Muslim terrorists. There are good Muslims. There are terrorists. And terrorists want to dominate everything. They have an act, an intent to destroy in whole or in parts a national, ethnic, racism or religion. They will not mention about the definition of there's no genocide, no genocide. Imagine the minister, the senior advisor to Tinubu came to my office. She said, I gave her this. She asked me, what is the evidence that there was genocide? This is 500 people that were killed one day. And that woman was able to stand boldly on Arise TV. And she said that I'm the one that gave her. It's true. But it's impressive. There's something that we did. But she didn't produce the fact finding before the media. That this is what we did to the people, the Muslims that came to kill 500. And imagine how stupid that woman is. Ignorant.
Which woman is this? What's her name?
Special advisor on community development. I don't want to know her name. Because she has cursed herself already. Based on Jeremiah chapter 48 verse 10. It says, curse is the person who is laxity in doing the work of God. Curse is the person who is deceitful. She's deceiving Nigeria that it was reprisal. There's something we did to them. So now she's telling us now we have the right to repress.
She said it's reprisal from the Fulanis against the farmers.
Against the Christian.
But what did the Christian do? What was their
She didn't mention it. That is the language of politics. And I will take up by power politics. It means now that they have been destroying our crops, every Christian should start using chemicals on his farm. She didn't know because she lacked the knowledge. She was speaking on behalf of the government. So every Christian should start using chemical on his farm. So the president, if you destroy my crop today, I use chemical. The president is approved by this government. And the blood of these people that were killed,
over 500.
500 in one night. Look at their names here.
Can I see, please?
Look at her name. She bastardized this soul. And this soul, the blood of this soul, their skeleton in the grave, will haunt her daily. Mark my word. She thinks she can carry corpse, people that are dead. She play politics with the dead. She will never know peace in her life to the grave until she repent.
So what you're...
This is a real genocide. Children were there. Adults were there. And so bastardize this soul as if they are useless. That it is something that our forefathers and these people's parents did to that. That's why they came to appraisal. Now they are defending the terrorists that invading our village. Though what are we supposed to do? She's giving me a sign. Because she came as a spokesman of the president of the state of nation, Nigeria.
I saw that there are so many children listed here.
Yes.
So what you're saying is that these terrorists do not even spare children.
Children, women that were pregnant, I participate in burying them. They cut them, they cut the stomach, and the fetus came out with their intestine out. We have to gather it back to the stomach and tie it and bury them with it. To Nigerian government, that wasn't a genocide.
This is so much. It is so much. I already feel like crying. So what you're saying is that the government are complicit in the fight against these terrorists. Is that what you're saying?
How can they find themselves?
So you're saying that the terrorists are part of the government?
Absolutely. That is why, can you imagine they kill General Uba? And the government are buying time, telling them to repent and bring a general on the ground. And you are petting the terrorists. To lay down their arms, to surrender. You think that statement is normal? Supposing that general is a Christian, or it's a Muslim, we expected to see more, but they cannot do it.
And this is a general that commands thousands.
What I'm saying, supposing, what I was trying to say, supposing the terrorists are Christian and they kill a Muslim general, just imagine what will happen. Hell will be let loose. There is one general, Alkali. He was killed twice. They dragged his corpse and brought it to Biromla. We were living innocently. They say we are the one that killed him. Do we know him? How can we know? The man has top secrets of military in Nigeria. He retired. He didn't retire more than 2 years. Oh yeah. There's one Air Force around Nasarawa. A general, a Christian. They followed him and killed him.
Are there any other evidences, proof that you can point at to show that the government are part and parcel of this terrorism?
Yes. Let them go and face the terrorists. Let's see. Gumi has said it's his children. And Gumi has many top-ranking officers in the government. If Gumi is saying that the terrorists are his children, no wonder he has been negotiating on behalf of the government. They have been releasing money to him. They made compensation to the terrorists, which means it's another way of making federal government to become an ATM. Funding the terrorists through negotiation.
But Reverend, Gumi is not a government official.
Don't you hear what I say? He has children, top rankings in the government officials. Is he not a Muslim? Is he not a Sheikh? Doesn't he have followers? Are you saying his followers are not among the top government officers? They are allegiant to him? This one thing I can say. I'm a pastor. I have members. And the members, there are some that are in hierarchy position in the government. And if I have a problem, I confront them. And this is what is happening in the Islamic world.
With what you've just...
Common sense will tell you all Muslim leaders, government leaders, are allegiant to their sheikhs. Are they not their children? Spirituality, in spirit, in religion, they are his children. Like Sheikh Gumi in Plateau State, he's the head of Izala in Nigeria. Any general that is a Izala is allegiant to him. Even if the president is an Izala, if Shetima is a Izala, is allegiant to him, to Sheikh Gumi. That's where I'm coming from. And the same Izalas, leaders, sheikhs, they are the one. What a Pantan? Minister of former Minister of Technology
and Communications.
And he's a sheikh. Are you telling me he doesn't have voice?
And he once said something.
Yes.
About Boko Haram.
He has said something. And today is freely. They have empowered him to take care of his Amajiris.
And I could still remember when Kabiru Sokoto, a non-terrorist leader, was caught in the house of our current vice president.
Tell me, supposing Kabiru Sokoto,
After bombing the Catholic Church.
supposing Kabiru Sokoto is a Christian, and the governor is a Christian, the vice president is a Christian, and they found Kabiru Sokoto in the house of the vice president, imagine what will happen in the nation. Nothing will stop the government from removing him from the seat and jail him.
From everything you've said, Reverend, I'm beginning to remember a lot of things. Before General Buhari became the president, when Goodluck was the president, I remembered he said something, that an attack on the Boko Haram is an attack on the North. And later he went on to become the president. Do you think all of these things are carefully crafted, a build-up to what Nigeria has become?
That was a weapon in the hands of those that were okay. That's why people that don't know much about Islam movement, they'll end up joining the insecurity, but they'll end up crying. But some of us that we know the movement of Islam, our life is at stake. And we are trying to tell the people, all the Christians to rise up. Boko Haram was created to unseat Goodluck. Every village that they know vote will come for Goodluck, they invented that village. They kill men and women that could not submit to their will. They kill children that will become a problem to them. And this was what's happened. It started so that polling units that is in that village will be empty. People are relocated. Only chicken, goats are left roaming the streets. Houses empty. So, and from there, you will see they'll bring polling unit is there. They'll bring materials and thumbprint and come out with a bulky vote that will stand for Buhari.
So, Boko Haram, what are they really fighting for? Is it politics or religion?
You see, you cannot separate religion from politics in Islam. You can't. And they know what I'm saying is the truth. But to us, our missionary cheated us. They left a legacy that we should not join politics. Even economy, they will just do the work of God. This is what happened. It's the one man. They produce their own. That will just concentrate on preaching the gospel, living our life for holiness. What Islam is dominating, ruling us. Even when colonials, they have to communicate to us through the Muslims. That's why when the independent came, they hand all over to Islamic leadership. They know, because the Islam brought a rules to the colonial, this is what we want. The middlemen should be under them. So that they will control. They agree with that of the East and the West. But medieval, they said no. We have to stay under them. And the colonial masters sign it. That's why Sadora came. Tafawa Balewa came in. Even when Gawan was ruling the nation, wasn't the one controlling the nation. It is Islam. Because it's based from Zaria. Not Plateau. And this is what is happening.
I need you to quickly describe, just describe what happened the night that they attacked your church, the community. What happened? How did it happen? What wreckage was left behind? And what did the government do after the attack?
You see, let me tell you something. If it is the Bible allowed me to take a vow and swear with my life, I will swear with the Bible, but the Bible forbid me from swearing it. To swear, let my yes be yes and let my no be no. There was no attack. We didn't offend the Muslim. We didn't do everything. We love them. When they even sell cows to us, we pay them money. Just as usual, every year. I've cattle. And I know the good relationship with their forefathers. Between my fathers and their fathers. We make this thing deposit money from January to December. And once it's December, we go and buy cow. We ask the Ardo. He will look for somebody that wants to sell a cow. He will sell cow for us. We'll pay them money. And we'll share the meat. That's the relationship. If they want crops, the remaining crops that we have already harvested, we give them the stuff to do what they can do. The stores. They eat it. The remaining that we didn't harvest, we allow them to come in. That's the relationship. Sometimes they'll come and sit on our land so that we can get the dues. So that the feces of the cows for manure for next year. And when we harvest, we allow them to eat the chaff that is there. But that night, when women were busy, some were plaiting their hairs, some were cooking goret, some were cooking soup, stew for tomorrow, some were frying chicken, some were frying meat that they bought, some were ironing. That's the Christmas Eve of 2023. Oh, come and see. People were enjoying. They were celebrating. Some more children were buffing their hair, bobbing their hair. Come and see small girls were plaiting their hairs. Every day the village was sound, in peace. What will happen next? My people in my churches, not one village, not second village, down up to Bokos area in local government. Come here and shout, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Sporadic shooting all over, gunshots all over the village. Everything was left. Everybody was running for his life. Children don't know where to go. Parents were looking for their children. Every place was scattered. Oh no. My brother, you see children, Kim?
God.
With their legs, women. A woman with her child, she was king at the back. With all these pictures. That day, I was called in the night. I was restless. My wife is here. We are just roaming over the house. I cried. My wife was crying. Praying that morning should come. I call who I know in my phone calls. Call for her. Security come for her. And let me tell you, that day, it was a dark Christmas for us. And I learned to say that the history will repeat itself this Christmas. From the insiders that gave us report that we should be careful this Christmas, they will still visit us. And we are just, our life is in the hand of God. That day, I have to mobilize all my members in Barkilad. Every vehicle that was there, I fuel it. Some want to follow, say, what are you going to do? We are going to evacuate people from the village. Come and see small children tired on our way going into the village. We have to be packing them into my car. I told the driver should take them straight to the compound. Old men that cannot walk, we evacuate them. Women that are pregnant, we are packing them out of the village. That day, it reached a state that I cannot even walk from one village to another. We have to gather other cops from different villages to the other villages. I will make a bus barrier. I've use almost everybody has run away. I will left with few youths. If you can look at me at the graveyard, at the video, only few youths. Imagine taking a corpse that is heavy. How many corpses? I was tired to the state that I went to another village in Tenti. But what did I discover? I opened the door, come and see corpses. I become more weaker. I cry without tears. It is the military, the security men. When they saw, they say, Baba, you are tired. You can't do this. No more you to dig the grave. Oh, they were tired. The military has to help us. I said, thank you. Kai, they were also tired. Performing burial. The graves is there.
So even the military helped to dig graves. Yet, Gumi said that you buried empty casket.
That is why I deep in I have money. I'm just praying that God will raise people that would do something, will sue him to court. And then in the recent statement, he was saying that he knows we don't lie. He knows Christians don't tell lie. He knows. It's not that of propaganda of Gaza. That they will just frame line. Sometimes they will tell a child to sleep. And they will bring red this thing and put. And carry him and show the wall. And later the child will walk. To deceive the world that there is genocide sometimes. But sometimes it affects them. They live on propaganda. They told that is our character. We Christians, we are above that because Jesus said, I am the way to God. I am the truth. I am the life. No one can see the Father only through him. You see this color? It's representing the truth. So whenever I will tell lies with this cross on me, I feel guilty. I seem to kill myself. I repent immediately. But when I'm with this, it makes me be cautious. Make sure what you're saying is nothing but the truth. It's only the truth that can save us. Say the truth and the truth will set you free. I want to say the truth to Nigerians. So Nigeria will be free according to the word of God. But the more we are telling lies, Nigeria will never know peace. Wait and see this government that is lying that there's no genocide. God is bent to crush them. And this is where I'm very bitter. I'm just praying they should come out and say, yes, there's a genocide. What are we going to do? God is going to help them. And God will show them what to do. But as far they are sitting on lies, wait and see how God is going to crush this government. In which I don't want that to happen. I want God to show mercy. Mercy. With all the lies. Let God show mercy.
The day this attack happened, was that the day your church was destroyed?
That was the day. Immediately they evacuated. We left the village. I told you I was left there with chickens running around. Goats were running around. Nobody in the village. Everybody save your life first. After we evacuated them, over 2,000 people to 3,000 were in my compound. No place to sleep. And all the foodstuff that they cook on Christmas Day, my members from different villages did not eat the food. They pack it to the center.
So that everyone can eat.
Everyone can celebrate. When these people came back the following day that the village was empty, they burned the church. They pack all the meats. They feed their insurgent that they brought. They brought this boss. He called, but in this boss that they used to pack foodstuff from the farm.
Hilos.
It's not Hilux. It's one boss like this. It has just escaped me. In my name, the name just escaped my memory. And this is what they did, my brother. They pack all from house to house, all the harvested crops that we did for the whole year 2003. They pack it away. No food, no clothes. We thank the NGOs. We thank ECWA. We tell some Pentecostal churches brought clothes. We tell the Catholic Church, the women leader of Nigeria, Catholic, and the Bishop of Jos, the Archbishop. They brought foodstuff for us. They brought materials to clothe the people. Come and see. We thank the government. Government have to send materials We have to divide the camp into three. One in this lot, one at Gura, another camp in my compound to congest the IDPs. The minister of humanitarian, that woman came, and they saw it. They came with the minister of defense, Junior Matawali. The chief of defense was there, chief of army staff. They came to MTD. They saw the damage. Because that very one night, they employed people from Bauchi, Gombe, other places. They came and they camped them in Ruga areas, in Mahanga, in Longeri, in Fas. It is from there they take off. They camp some in the camp around Bokos. It was a dark Christmas for our lives. And that day, we saw her. We cried. I've never cried without tears, but I've done it.
Reverend, when you were speaking, you said something that it's quite very surprising and heartbreaking. And it was when you said that had it been you had money, that you would have sued Gumi. So this leads me to the next question. You know, the top five richest pastors in the world are all from Nigeria. And you are the face of the resistance against the Christian genocide, according to you, against Nigerian Christians. Now, my question is, these top Pentecostal pastors who have all the money, we've not heard their voices as loud as we would have loved to. In fact, I've used my personal page to call some of them out. I said, why are they not speaking out? Why is it that, in fact, there is a Catholic bishop in Abuja who've come out to say that there are no such things as Christian genocide because Muslims are also killed in this attack. So why exactly is it that these rich, powerful, influential, big pastors are not speaking out? They are not doing as much as you are doing to ensure that we'll call the attention of the world to what is going on in Nigeria.
And let me tell you something. How is God himself that refused to use them? If God chooses to use you, he knows how to break you to the position that you must speak. Paul Ainje spoke. El Buba spoke. There are other pastors that spoke. And let me tell you something. If God did not pencil you out for his war to save his people, there is nothing you can do. Imagine what happened in Egypt. All the Hebrews were silenced. It's when Moses made a move to save his brother by killing the other Egyptian that was fighting his brother. Despite the fact he was in the royal house, there's nothing that he lacks. The royal house of Pharaoh is comfortable for him. He could have just said, there's no punishment on my people. Enjoying the goodness of Pharaoh's house. He could have just said, even when the Egyptians are punishing the Hebrews with hard labor, they are dying. He could have just said, there's nothing going on. And clean. to Pharaoh. But still yet, he came out. He was very bitter, crying in the royal house, how his people were treated. This was what happened. Then he doesn't know when. He stood, and the other time, a Hebrew and a Hebrew man were fighting. He showed concern. Why are we not brothers? Why are you fighting each other? But the Christians of today, some of them, they are no more the salt of the earth. That Jesus said, you are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the earth. They are no more the light of Nigeria. They are no more the salt. And what is the work of salt? Is to preserve meat or anything from decaying. The work of salt is to give good taste. And any salt that cannot melt to touch the other part of this pot where soup is or food is being cooked, if it cannot melt and dominate and lavent any other place to give good taste, let me tell you, that salt is a dead salt. So many Christians are dead Christians. No matter how their position, they cannot touch the life of any other person. They cannot see the pain and the suffering that we are passing through because they are dead in their conscience. They preach the gospel, but they don't live according to the message. So don't blame them. Because the Bible says if a salt lost his tastiness, he'll be thrown away to be marked. Let me tell you, Islamic agenda is marching on all the big churches. They live according to the rules of Islam, but not according to the standard norms of Jesus Christ. I can decide to leave this, but God has forced me to speak. I'm not speaking. Then God brought verses to comfort me. Do you remember what I said in Matthew chapter 5? Verse 11 and 30. You'll be persecuted because of me. And who is me is Jesus. And where Jesus is the truth. I'll be persecuted because of the truth. Jesus is the life. I'm alive in Christ. That's why I speak. Dead people don't speak. A dead Christian cannot speak. That is the truth. But a living Christian will speak. Will advocate for others. That's why Jesus says in John chapter 17 verse 19, for them I sanctify myself. For the Christian in the north, in the middle belt, in Nigeria, I dedicate myself before God. I've never cheated on my wife since we got married. I don't have time for church money until they give me. As I'm coming there, my secretary, he has to talk with the accountant. They forced me with 50,000 and here is the money. That please, in case. I said, no, keep the money. They said, no. You may see something and buy something on the way. Because I don't care about church money until they give me. And any person that support me, I'll put it back into the work of God. And this is what is happening, my brother. Don't blame those churches. God has not opened his eyes on them. When God will open his eyes, they will speak.
Reverend, I didn't know that there are still pastors like you who are in Nigeria.
There are many.
I am
More than need.
I am wowed. I need you to tell us, just paint a picture for us on what happened. We've seen a video where you talked about your grandmother. What happened in that attack? And when you're talking about this attack, please tell us, is it that the police, the military, the security agencies, they don't respond when these attacks are going on? Because it's as if these terrorists, they do as they like and leave whenever they like and come back whenever they want to come back.
I know saying the truth has cost me a lot. They have blocked my Facebook. They have closed anything that I have to do with social media. Because things that they don't want the world should know, they block me. And so I'm talking to you. If you are to hear this, if care is not taken, you will call me and say they will come and attack you. The Boko Haram does their social media. They work on it. They arrange people to report the accounts that will damage them, in which they did on my own. And I believe in it. They caused Facebook to close my account. It's all trouble. And they don't want the world to know about what I'm saying. Pantani was working as technology on social media or to handle everything. I will not say he has a hand, but when we get to heaven, God will judge. And this is the man that they are protecting Boko Haram. My brother, if I should go deeper, many Somutos in the north, it is Boko Haram that war for them. They send CIDs to villages, communities. They make inquiry where did they belong. If they are not belonging to them, they will allow terrorists to go into that village. That's why they are saying Muslims are also key. Do you know, when I heard this from the government, I cried because I love the government. I love them from my heart. Despite Muslim ticket that has completely genocide the Christian from the world of politics. It's Muslims that are controlling it. How can a responsible government say, yes, Christians are also key? Is it Kenny who won't call that lawyer?
Kenny Zokumpo.
He said what I have to say. I called the man and the man was saying the truth. Kenneth, how can a responsible government come out with an ideology that, yes, Christians are being killed? Even Muslims too are also killed. What are they there for? Is it not to protect life? Are you justifying that Muslims are also killed?
So everybody should be killed.
This is the language. I feel ashamed, and the whole world is looking at my government, a shameful government, a weak government, irresponsible government. I feel shame. So you know, Christians are also killed. You know that Muslims are also killed, but you refuse to solve the problem. And you are bragging, defending yourself. I said, who brought this ideology? Common sense will tell you this is an irresponsible government. Done by them, not by us. That's why I'm praying for the government. God show mercy. The more you hate me, the more I love you. Let me tell you, the Fulani terrorist knows about my village. That is PA, Irium, local government. That's the village I grew up from primary school to secondary school. Before I relocated to the city to stay with my uncle, Yohana Damba. I lost my father when I was 6 years old. And I know what it means for somebody to pass through pain. Living in other people's hands that they have their parents. Sometimes in one of the houses, if we are eating food with their children, they will hit me that I'm eating fast more than their children. I have to wait for the children to fetch 1, 2, or 3 into their mouth before I incite my hand. Sometimes I fetch food, they will say I should reduce the food. We have not even finished the food, they will say it is okay, everybody should. It's finished. Let's leave the rest for tomorrow morning. I was starving in hunger. I know what is there. I have to relocate and come back to my grandmother. My mother become. Though I have my biological mother, she's living in somewhere, scouting. So I prefer to go and stay with her brother. Ngomata was a mother to the wife of my uncle. Sometimes I'll go and stay in their house and help them on their farm. And I know in Bien village, in Riom local government, when I was in the city, what will happen? Then a phone call came in the night. When I was receiving the phone calls, hearing backgrounds of guns, I called who is who to go. I wanted to go to the village that night. They said, no, there's no means for me to go. In the morning, I have to own my car and rush to the village. Come and see children scattered in. Some were tired, sleeping just as that of Kurum village. I gave somebody the key to drop the children into the town of local government, the headquarters of Riam local government. It was hectic that day. When the youths of the village saw me come, because the Fulani terrorists have relocated. How did I know the Fulani? Because they speak their dialect. When they arrived at village, they chant Allahu Akbar. Just the certain this almost what they are doing in almost every village. You know, Allah Akbar in Islam is calling people for worship. Because Allah is a bloodsucker. And when he is about to drink blood, I'm telling you, he raised his people that are his followers. And before they do something, they have to call his name. This time around, Allah is not for calling people for worship. It's calling brethren for killing. So when they shout, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, the next thing that you will see is sporadic shooting, guns. And I'm saying this, they will know the sound. Even from the far, as I was coming to the village, they were on top of the hills, watching us, shooting to scare us to go away. And you can hear they have gone. The sound of their gun, kokum, 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 kokum. I don't know where did they get it? Is it Iran or Eddie? Kokum, 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 kokum. And they know what I'm saying. And they know that I know. It's what I heard and it's what I see. That I'm giving testimony. The youth surrounded me. They were chanting, telling me, you people, you left us. We didn't assist them with guns. And look at it has happened.
To you, to telling you that.
Yes. Instead of us to give them money to defend themselves, and look at what they have done to the village. I didn't know their language. The problem, we didn't assist them, I will not do. But today, if I can get the means with what I've seen, children have been killed, slaughtered, then I ask the youth for self-defense. If there's anything that I have, I will help the youth to defend themselves, not to go and attack. And let me tell you, with all this, we have never attacked these people. Like in Kufan village, I didn't bring it here. In Kufan village, 85 Christians were killed in that period of time. But we have never killed a Muslims, even once. Even in that area, many pastors don't want to go. I have to go there and pastor people. I say, let them come and kill me in that house. That they killed, they slaughtered Rev. Nicodemus Palm. They butchered him in his room. Because they just want us to leave that place completely. Christians will locate so that they will take over their land, their houses. In Ganaro, Kufa, in Barkilaji Lokakok. I have to become with my wife. We are pastor there for 1 year. Until when another pastor decided to say, God, even if my leader, the chairman of the RCC, was there taking care of flood, sleeping there, we will also go there. That's why today we transfer in this January, because last year we were taking care of the church with my wife. But this year, another new pastor. It's just the same thing, that I'm the same movement, chanting Allah Akbar. The youth just let me into the house. What will I see? They said, come and see your grandmother. I followed them. They went straight to her corpse in her room. Then they opened her chest. They say, you see what they have done to your grandmother? It serves you right. Had it been you support us, this thing could have not happened. I say, that is not my line. But today I'm started thinking twice. They remove her heart. And a knife broke inside. After they have shown me that should they remove the knife, I say keep the knife there. We buried her with a knife. Let the knife be a witness before the Creator of heaven and earth. Then they lit me at them. I followed them. Here is my uncle, that guy. When I saw him, his corpse was lying just at the backyard, in front of the house. Sorry. By the side. What would I see? I saw his corpse. They removed his tongue. They used open the mouth, and I saw they have removed his tongue. They were saying, me see. They said I should follow them again. Went to my friend's house. My childhood friend's house. Dayopka. His wife and 5 children. The grave is there. And all their names are around. And I thank God, that day I was shocked. I see the Governor Jonah Jam of Plateau State. They learned that that's my village. Just as that Bishop of Bemi, Yelwata, he came. I just had serene in the village. When he saw me, he greeted me. I was in tears. Who am I that the governor will come to my village? But that a Bedouin. Even when federal government went there, some of them found it difficult to go to the village of Yelwata.
And he's a Reverend Father.
The Reverend Father? Reverend Father? The one that denied that there's no genocide. Unless the frame lie against him. But he came out and said there's no genocide. Somebody connected me that George Akume want to speak to me, the secretary to the SG. Is he the one?
Yeah.
He was telling to me how good everything about the government. I said, I just pity him. I asked him one question. I said, do you believe there is a genocide in Nigeria? He said, no, there's no genocide. I just pity him. I know one day if he leave that office, he will regret what he told me on phone. And the blood of those that he denied that is not a genocide. I ask him, did you know the definition of genocide? Is it not planned to erase us because of our belief in Christ? He said there is no genocide. We will all arrive at the Lord's feet. Judgment is waiting for us, including the Bishop of Bini. He will never escape God's judgment. Wait and see. Let him come down from the seat. You will see how God will crush him. His punishment, his double portion, according to the Bible. We that will know the truth and we deny the truth. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 26. It said, if you sin deliberately after knowing the truth, there's no forgiveness for you. Christ will never die second time for you. Verse 30 said, vengeance is mine. All those that deny deliberately, they know that's a genocide. None of them will escape God's anger. And verse 31 says, it is a fearful thing for a sinner to fall into the hands of an angry God. God knows that these people have been killed. Genocide has taken place, and somebody on earth is saying there's no genocide. Do you think he will make it when he comes face to face with God? He will escape? While the Bible is clear, if he sinned deliberately after knowing the truth, if he's seen the corpses, both children have been buried completely, and you come out and say it's a lie, let me tell you, that bishop is under curse already from heaven. According to, I have to pronounce the truth that people don't want to hear. People are operating under curse, but they don't want somebody to tell them this. Jeremiah 48 verse 10, I'll still repeat it. Curse is the person who is deceitfully doing the work of God. Deceitfully. That's another version. Curse is the person who is laxity, another version, in doing the work of God. And you think we will escape? Knowing the truth and we are denying the truth? Why is that is when we buried them in one grave. All of them. 13 people in one day.
And your friend with his wife and 5 children.
They were born alive. They locked the room. They set fire on them. When the youth opened the door for me, what will I see? I saw her lying down with her child. She tied the child at back. Both the wrapper burned down with the child at her back. And somebody will come and say it's not a genocide. Kai! It's better that person never giving birth on earth. This is a great blasphemy before God. Knowing the truth and refusing to do what is right. Say the truth and the truth will set you free. These people are not free. They are under bondage because they refuse to say the truth. I'm praying that God should show mercy upon them. I'm praying that God, please show mercy on them.
Why is it that major media outlets like channels, Arise TV, even NT and the rest of them, we've not seen you in these media houses? Is it that they have not reached out to you all of this, while all of these things?
No, none of them will come. They will not come until the Spirit of God led them, because they are controlled by Satan. It's only Arise TV that is trying. That I saw a Rufai defending that there is a genocide. And other staff in Arise TV. Despite the fact they know that woman was lying. A special advisor on community development. If that woman come across me the second time, I would disgrace her publicly. She's an agent of Satan. She doesn't belong to Jesus. And if she's a Muslim, she's doing the agenda of Islam. And if he's a Christian, I just pity her, I forgive her. I forgive her. But I have to expose her and stand publicly and tell her one day she will not be there. And God will track her down. I've released angels to look after her for coming to my house to receive a list. And she bastardized that list, will haunt her to the grave until she repent. And she repent and release blessing upon her. The blood of those in those graves will fight her to finish it. She thinks she can play politics with me. Only if I sin against God, she will escape. But as long as I keep myself pure before Jesus, she will never escape. If she's a Christian, Anytime she raises her hand, her hands is full of dirty of the blood of these people. Definitely, that list will be reporting her before heaven. And because God of this world has blinded her eyes, she will not know that she has damaged her future. Not that she can die. God can leave her to the stage that she will be urinating, shitting on her bed. She will look for death, and God will refuse to allow death. It's another way of punishment.
We saw a video of you where you were lamenting that, I think you said some pastors were taking advantage of you and they were using your name to scam people with Bitcoin.
Yes.
Name of Bitcoin. What exactly happened?
I was just at home. They called, please, Daddy, what will happen? We want to help you. We sympathize with your story. We want to see how to come in to help us because it's affecting us all. And when they came, the Bitcoin, they say we are going to stand and open an autograph of the Bitcoin or what? I thought it's a good idea to help my people. But it wasn't there. When they ask me of when I don't have any account, the church account is right there on social media. Since you said you are a social media people, you got my account, my church account. But what will I see? They make me to know that I love it. I said it because I was in a trauma. Blood of people is just running. How many deaths have I been buried? Let me tell you, many Nigerian soldiers, if they go to battle, if they see the kind of death, some of them don't sleep.
That is correct.
They don't sleep at home because of what they have seen. They begin to evaluate how they escape death. Even when they close their eyes, they will see dead people. They will see people, different things. It is after some time they will come down. This is what happened. In a state that even if you give me a knife, I will collect it. I will grab it to be safe. So that's what happened to them. But later I understand it was fraudsters. They scam people. People were losing their money. About Bitcoin, I don't know much about. I don't know even anything about Bitcoin. Until when they called my attention that these people are scamming people. What? I have to call them and want them to delete every. When I discover they are not ready to delete it, then I make a press list. How can you use me to scam people? But let me tell you, it's not apart from that. Even right now, there are more than 10 Facebooks bearing your name. So, bearing my name. Scamming people. And I just ask God, do something. And God is about to do something because another scammer called me from the hospital. He was about to die. He has been using my name. He's scammed people. Money, a lot. When I make a statement, any person that is using my name or my family name to scam people, I release angels of destruction to hunt them down. Jeremiah 16 verse 16. And it happens.
And these people that came for Bitcoin, they are pastors.
Pastors. They've introduced it and they are pastors. But I hand it over to God.
I'm wondering, what kind of a man, what kind of a mind will a human being have to use?
Suspected even one Isaac, somebody.
Yes.
Isaac.
I know the Isaac.
Okay. He even tracked down and discovered that it was about $43,000 these people made. But they don't know where it enters. And one thing that I know, I've never seen any money like that. But I just leave them in the hand of the God. They have crossed their line. They have come to the wrong person. There's one thing in my life, nobody cheat on me and God spare him. I only beg God to show mercy in my life.
Reverend, why is there no unified Christian front against these killings?
Don't worry, it's on the way. It's on the way. Unification is coming. We can't have unity until we're in the midst of crisis. We are in the midst of turmoil. God used negative things to bring us together. Negative situation to get our attention is coming.
What has organizations like CAN, PFN, and the rest of the Christian organization, have they been helpful?
No, before, let me tell you, with the press list that they did in Jos, the whole camp president was there. They invited me to that meeting and left them there. I refused, because I was engaged. But one thing, we sat with the camp president. He said he wasn't the one that said that there's no genocide on Christians. It's some of these people. I searched for them in that gathering. I didn't see them. Even he confirmed that the person that caused this, he wasn't there. I wish I could have seen him in Jos. And I hope he will hear what I'm saying. I've handed him over. Even the leader of PFM, he said he was misquoted. And this is what they are doing. There are those that are master plan to frame people. What he did not say, they will say they said it. There are even things that I did not say it, but media, social media are just creating that I was the one that said it. I laugh at them. But unanimously, after the meeting, we declare with the president's speech that there is a genocide to Christians in Nigeria. To counter what the government is saying, that there's no genocide. And I told them, I spoke on that meeting. And let me tell you something. I say, since the government cannot humble themselves to allow God to bless her with the truth that is in her and say there's genocide, then they will find God will give them a way to solve this problem. But as far as they declare there's no genocide, they have handed over Christians in Nigeria into the hands of terrorists to kill us the more and more. Because our blood is not enough that has been shed. They need more blood. The terrorists, they have been given a weapon to kill us the more. Until when they are satisfied with our killing, then they will come out and say, there is a genocide.
We saw you, I think, in the grave of some of the people you buried, where you were screaming out loud, calling on the international community, calling on President Donald Trump to intervene. Since then, has there been any international intervention? Have they contacted you to find out how they can be of help? And are you in support of the declaration of Donald Trump that there may be U.S. military intervention in Nigeria?
But the truth is that if somebody is under float is about to take him away. Even if you give him knife, he will grab it. Float is about to take Nigerian Christian away. And that float is Islamic agenda. Is carrying Christian along to the sea to be killed in the high sea. This is a metaphor statement. We are both in danger. Even the Muslims are in danger. Come and see mass killing in the north. The question is, are we continue to receive attacks, crisis? Are we ready for that? We cry for external help. And Trump responded in line with Exodus chapter 3 verse 7. When the children of Israel cry out, God heard their cry in Egypt. And God says, let us go down, for we have consigned for my people. I've heard their cry. God decided to use Trump to respond. To hear our cry. Let me tell you, if we Christians refuse to cry out, God will never come down and help us. God is waiting for our cry. Imagine, even in Egypt, let me tell you, not all the Hebrews follow Moses out of Egypt. Some rebel with the government. That is why some of our Christians today are claiming, even despite the fact their people are being killed. They look at it, they are not killed. They have not cried yet, but time of their crying is coming. They will have the money, they will have everything, but there will be no peace for the wicked. The Bible said there is no peace for the wicked. And this is what happened. The coming of Trump, I supported it 100%. Even more than 200%, if there is. Why? He's going to help both the Christian and the Muslim. My brother, you will not know what the Muslims are passing through in the far north. They are living in fear more than us. Our cry, my cry is not only me, but I have to start from my Jerusalem before I reach the Muslim side. Whether the Muslim like it or not, let me tell you, they need deliverance. They need it. And Mr. Kong is going to look at the terrorists. It's unfortunate that all the terrorists are Muslims. That's where there will be a problem. Even some of the Christians that are supporting the Muslim agenda, they are under bondage, threat. All I'm telling Christians, everybody should invite Jesus to take over his heart. To wait for your death. Because the forces of the north is coming in a heavy weight. You go to government, you will never say up. It's preparation of the coming of Jesus Christ on earth. 66 is on the cell. And many Christians have faith. They have sold their soul for 66 by accepting Islam to control their life.
If the president of Nigeria were to be sitting down here now, what would you tell him?
I will tell him, because I love the president. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, I love the man. From my heart. I love both of them. But there's one thing. I will tell Tinubu, if you want to succeed, not only for himself, for the entire Yoruba people. Because after he left the office, Yoruba people will be baptized in Nigeria. Let him give a good name for his tribe. and also for the nation. His watch, national security advisor, is all Islamic agenda plate in Asoro. Shetima, go and do justice on them. Just wait and see. I don't want to say something that they will say I prophesize. Just wait and see. The agenda of the Lord. It will take God to protect Tinubu to escape the agenda of the North. If not, anything can happen for them to take over as good luck. Good luck is a fortunate. He loves Yar'Adua. He helps Yar'Adua to succeed. He displayed justice for Yar'Adua. Every assignment he did it with that shoot net inside. But just God called Yar'Adua. With all the display chua to block good luck from having a say in the government, he was patient. It was God that brought him, not you. But in this case, I just pity the president. I just pity you. All I'm saying, all Christians should bring their vote in one place. Because the Muslims are saying they are the majority, it's lie. They will decide to say they are majority with fake Christians inside, but not pure Muslim.
Earlier when you were speaking, you said something about Allah. You said that Allah is a blood-sucking God. Don't you think that that is an inflammatory statement, since we also have good Muslims? Do you also not think that probably these people who are killing people in the name of Allah, that they may not have properly represented Allah?
Who is Allah? What is the character of Allah? If you look at the character of Allah, if you chill, ask any Muslim that will tell you the truth. The Boko Haram are building their ideology on Allah's structure. In their book of Hadith, Buhari. If you kill in the name of Allah, you have a Jannah. You go and select beautiful girls. Do you think Creator of heaven and earth will do that? Let us think of it. Do you think a Creator of heaven and earth will allow us to marry a 9-year-old kid? Do you think the Creator of heaven and earth will allow you to have concubines outside? Do you think the Creator of heaven and earth will allow people that belongs to him to call his name when they are killing somebody? Can Jesus allow us to chant, Jesus, Jesus? Then we'll embark on killing people in the name of Jesus. To fear quoi? Have you ever seen any Muslim cleric condemning the chanting of Allah in fighting the Christian? No. If you want, bastardizing the name of Allah. The other good Muslim, they'll gang up and kill that person. And do you know in Islam, Muhammad is more than Allah? If you insult Muhammad, they'll kill you. But Allah, they'll not say anything. I did not the same mosque that they are going, the same ideology, calling Allah Akbar, is calling people for worship to the good Muslims. And the bad one among them, calling Allah, is to kill. And the good Muslim always find it difficult to condemn those ones. And this is where I have to tell you. In Al-Jannah, Allah is God. A small g God, not a big God. If I don't say the truth will not set us free. There are many verses in Quran that say, kill the Hidis. Kill them. And they say it's from Allah. But is it true? That is where I have a big question mark on Allah. Based on ideology that I read. If Allah is the creator of heaven and earth, He will never do that. He said, thou shalt not kill. Any Christian that kill a Muslim, God will judge you. There is no verse that say kill the Muslim. And any Christian that does that, God will punish him. And that is it. But the other side, the verse is the case. Most of the people, they have been hypnotized that if you kill many, you'll be rewarded in heaven. In heaven. And in their heaven, you choose any wife that, as I say, is there written in the book, in their book. And that's why they kill.
Is that actually written in the Quran?
Of what?
That if you kill somebody, Allah will reward you with 7.
It's there in Hadith. As I'm talking, they know I'm saying it. Even the Boko Haram, they believe in it.
So the more people you kill, the more virgins.
You chose. Even the sheikhs were preaching it. Killing on non-Muslims. You have a reward.
For all of these things that has been
But if that's the case, they are not even killing them non-Muslims. Those that are non-Muslims, the non-Muslims, they are killing even the Muslims. This is how crazy.
Why do you think they are killing even the Muslims?
Depend on different set of belief. Because of different set of belief. The Izalas are here, the Derika, the Sheti are there, the other class. And today we have the Quranic people that they say they don't have time. All hadiths, Shaibu, Al-Muhari, all these books are taboo. That only the Quran should follow. And to the other side, the Izala, they believe in all these hadiths. And this hadith is telling people to kill them all. But the difference between the North and the West, Western Nigerians, the Yoruba, they understood each other. But that of the North is a different thing.
Don't you think it is insensitive to the Muslims who are also losing their lives, who are also being killed, Don't you think it is insensitive to their own suffering to label the killings a Christian genocide?
To label the killing, do you know the blood of innocent, the Christian that have been killed is haunting them down. Before there wasn't anything like that. They don't kill each other like this. But why the kill is now? The genesis, when Boko Haram started, from Maiduguri, they will invade a village and separate the Christians, the male and the female. And all the male, they slaughter them to death. They didn't give that record. And the women, they will select them for their sexual urge. And if he find a woman very beautiful, he will take her and settle her. Those that were destined to escape, they escaped. They came to the Middle Belt. Some into Plateau State. They narrate the story of how Boko Haram came to the village. There are villages that there will surrender people in the night, in the daytime, during service on Sunday. They will lock the church and put gasoline and burn them down. Those that escaped, they didn't come to church. I got that report. And they are busy sending reports that was not given verbally, because they cannot go there to pray because they are occupying the place. They have entered Christian houses that they are sitting inside it. You can't go there. Now, Christians that have relocated, the blood of the people, they are the one that buried the people. Because no Christian will be there. They run for their life. Some went to south, some went to southwest, some stayed somewhere. If you see, the Christians are displayed all over the country from the far north. And the Middle Belt is their base. So what will happen? The next thing, there's no Christian there again. In the rural areas. If you find Christians, it's in the urban area. Or if you see Christian in the local area, he's a slave. He sold himself for them. Whatever they say he should do, he will do it. Even if they tax him, he will pay before he farm. But he's allegiant to them. I will not forget, there's a village that is named Sangari. When I was going in that village, our car gets spoiled.
The village is in Plateau?
It's in Borno. I was going to Pew. We get lost. We missed the home. We went to that village, Sangare. Sangare is a place that Christians were killed mass.
In Borno?
In Borno. So when I was there, I saw what happened. We went to the main boy, is a Muslim. The chief, local chief. We told him, and all of us were wearing collars. After the mayhem of invasion of Boko Haram that had took the place, we are moving praying for the nation Nigeria. For a horse. We're heading to Butte. Most of the village, you can see them empty. And let me tell you, I was there. The leader showed us. All this report is in my Facebook. But they block it. Life. When we were there, do you know what we discovered? They say, this night, I thank the Muslim leader. He's a good man. He cooked food for us that night. We ate around 12 midnight. If you behave, you say it's a Christian. Then he took us. He said there's a church there that was born, and it was by the state government. It was reconstructed, and nobody's there. When Muslim brought mass for us, we slept in the hands of God. And look at us with our uniform, innocent. That's why I say there's good Muslims. They show us hospitality. And I'm proud to say God bless them. We slept that night. In the morning we wake up, we look for mechanic. He's a Muslim too. When they went to Gombe to go and buy materials for us,
It was also a Muslim.
the Muslim, they went and bought material for our car. And do you know what happened? We saw people coming to greet us. It is when we know that there's no Christians in that village. Then one of them said, "You will not understand." He said, "My father is the pastor that built this church. But my father has run away." I said, "What of you?" You say, "I was a Christian. We are many here, we converted to Islam.
To be safe.
Just to be safe. We can't leave our father's land for them. So we decided to become Muslim." I know the house of the man. Up to date, if I can locate that, I know. The following day, he took us round. He showed us the graveyards of Christians that were killed from house to house. Even Rev.Dachomo, who was holding the camera, he was shivering. It is then we know it was God at work. And they helped us prepare our car, repairs our car. Then we went back. And that's where I will tell you, when we Christian came back, we saw what is happening. So all what is happening, Muslim killing Christian, is nemesis. The blood of Christians is fighting, is speaking before God, saying, "When shall you take vengeance for us?"
Have you been receiving threats for all of these things? Have you been threatened? Has there been any attempt on your life?
No, a real attempt on my life. There is all over. From those that love me, I have taught the life of Muslims in different ways. Even in Bukuru, when there was crisis, yes, I've received interest. And I thank God the insiders, because they know how I love Muslims. They give me feedback from within them. Threat upon threat. Even putting money on my head. If anybody kills me, if they know that I'm here, let me tell you, nothing will stop them from coming to wait for me just to kill me. So that they will receive that reward that they have placed on my head. I know this is where I know the dividends of telling the truth. And Jesus said, "You'll be persecuted because of me. You'll be killed. Don't worry, it is because of me." It's because of Jesus.
So how are you building? How are you safe? How do you handle all of this chaos? And for all the destructions in your community, in your church, the victims, how are they rebuilding currently? Is there any hope for them? Is there any better life for them? Are they rebuilding? Is anybody helping them? Is the government helping them to rebuild?
There are areas that government come in. There are areas that they cannot come in. And that is why we are bearing on to this. Let me tell you something. To survive Christianity, you need to readjust to suit into what position you are. Don't reject it. Don't retrieve. Readjust. Even Jesus did the same thing. At the point of death, he was looking at the cross. He almost says, Father, if it is my will, take away this cup from me. But he readjusted, not my will, but let the will of God be done. That is the true life foundation of a Christian. When you are in mix of crisis, you are facing crisis, prepare for that. Don't just come out and say, I reject, it's not my portion. Prepare for it. Allow it to take over you. Let that take over me. I have someone that has defeated him. That's Jesus. That's why I don't fear anybody. I don't fear. I will not fear. To die is gain. To live is to say the truth. When the blood of an innocent man is shed, of a righteous man is saved, the blood speaks. That's why I'm striving to live a holy life, so that my blood will speak. Even the grave will speak, like the grave of Elijah. When they brought a dead soldier that was killed, he fell on that grave here. He bounced back to life. Even in death, my grave will speak. Alive, I will speak. In heaven, I will disturb heaven to speak for us, as the Christians are doing in Revelation chapter 6, from verse 9 to 14. I saw the death of those that have been killed. They were screaming, say, oh God, when shall you avenge our death? And they gave them white clothes and say, wait, there are brothers that are yet to be killed.
Just quickly, briefly, all of the things we've discussed, if there is anything you would want to say before we end this show, please go ahead and say it.
Please, what I would say, everybody should come back to Jesus. There's a number of faith that God is looking so that he can deal with our enemy. And our enemy is not human being, it's the principalities and the rulers of darkness. I don't see Muslim as my enemy, but I see the demons. That's why I see I'm challenging Allah. Not the Muslim. Allah has deceived many Muslims that he will give them salvation. What is a lie? Salvation is only in Jesus Christ. When you have Jesus, you'll be a supplier of peace. But if you don't have Jesus, you'll be supplier of ISIS. That is what the nation is facing today. Peace is the one that Jesus gave us to give it to the world. And all what I'm saying is not to bastardize or to destroy somebody, but to present the truth. My joy, many Muslims and the heathens, they know about the truth that I'm saying. And they know salvation, the true supplier of peace in Nigeria, is the Christian. That's why Satan is wrecking to eliminate the Christians in Nigeria. Because they are hindering him. We have become a holders for him to perpetrate his wickedness on humanity. And that is why we are saying, like that of Sodom, Abraham asked the angels, if you find 100 people, will it destroy the city? He said no. The angels said no. He went down to 60. He went down to 20. He went down to 10. He went down to 6. He wanted to go down. If I found faithfulness in this thing, will you destroy it? He said, no. But at the end, they left. When they came to the city of Sodom and Gomorrah, they only discovered 3 people. But the other one was Grace. That's the wife of Lot. Noah and Lot and his wife and his 2 children. But the wife her heart belongs to the world. When they went, she should never look back because she's in love of the world. Then what happened? She looked back. It's only 3 that survived. Grace of God. So what I'm urging all Christians in Nigeria, I'm begging them, let's return back to God. Let's cleave unto Jesus. Let us become the salt of the earth. Preserve Nigeria from destroying, decay. Let's give good tests to Nigeria by living a righteous life in Christ Jesus.
Thank you. Wow. This is a big one. It's a big one. I didn't know this episode was going to last this long, but it's as if the stories are just so much, so many, and they are very saddening, very heartbreaking. And I pray that God will come to the rescue of Nigeria, touch the heart of our leaders to provide us security, which is the most important thing that every human being needs. Ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this episode, and we want to appreciate you, Reverend, for being so bold and being so courageous. It is not easy. There are so many people who would have used the misfortune and destruction of others to enrich themselves. But you have chosen this path to sacrifice everything, to stake even your own life, to speak out and to find solution to the attack, the terrorism that has been destroying your people. Thank you so much. And I pray that God should strengthen you and God should raise men, powerful men in high places that will hear your voice. On our own part as a media platform, our responsibility is to ensure that we push your voice out there so that those who have the power, the political power, can intervene and restore peace and security. Thank you so much, and I remain your humble host, KAA. See you next time.